Hello dear listeners, welcome back to Timeless Romance Tales. Before we begin, don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more forbidden encounters, dangerous rescues, and aristocrats who fall in love far faster than they should. Tonight's tale begins with a fainting spell, and a lord who refuses to let the woman he catches disappear. Let's begin. Lady Clarissa Whitmore had always been the model of composure. Calm at balls, graceful during tea, unfailingly polite. But tonight, at the Duchess of Herringstone's masquerade, the air was too warm, the crush of bodies too tight, and her corset far too restrictive. She blinked rapidly as the chandeliers blurred. "Clarissa? Are you well?" her cousin whispered. I just need a breath." She stumbled. The floor tilted. Music warped. "Clarissa!" Her legs buckled, but she never hit the ground. Strong arms caught her mid-fall, lifting her effortlessly against a broad chest. She heard a deep voice, low, commanding, and unfamiliar. "Make space. Give her air." Her vision faded completely. When she awoke, she wasn't on a ballroom floor. She was in a bed. A large, masculine, richly furnished bed. "Oh good, you're awake." Clarissa jolted upright. A man sat beside the bed. A tall, broad-shouldered figure in shirt sleeves, dark hair slightly mussed, green eyes sharp even in the soft firelight. He rose at once. "Careful. You fainted." Her voice came out thin. "Where am I?" "In my guest chamber," he said calmly. "You collapsed in the ballroom. No one seemed prepared to help, so I intervened." Clarissa stiffened. "Your chamber? I must leave at once." But when she tried to stand, the room spun, and she fell back onto the pillows. He caught her shoulder lightly. "Easy. You're still pale." Who are you?" she whispered. He hesitated only a moment. "Lord Adrian Blackwell." Clarissa's stomach flipped. Blackwell. The notorious recluse. Half-whispered rumors spoke of him. Cold, fearsome, endlessly wealthy. A man said to avoid society, yet be invited everywhere. "I cannot be in your chamber," Clarissa breathed. "If anyone finds out." "No one will," Adrian said simply. "I locked the door." "That is not comforting." His lips twitched, the smallest hint of amusement. "You are safe," he promised. "I carried you away before the gossips noticed." "How long was I unconscious?" "About 20 minutes." Clarissa groaned and hid her face in her hands. "This is mortifying." "No," Adrian said, his tone unexpectedly gentle. "This is human." She glanced at him through her fingers. He was leaning slightly forward, sleeves rolled to his forearms, looking at her with an intensity that made heat rise in her cheeks. "Why did you help me?" she asked quietly. He studied her as though weighing his words. "Because you fell toward me," he said finally. "As if the world could not hold you, but I could." Her breath caught. "That is quite poetic for a man I do not know." "You know me now," he replied softly. Clarissa shifted, suddenly aware of how close he sat. "May I ask something?" he said. She nodded warily. "Why did you faint?" "Heat. Hunger. Nerves." She quickly looked away. "It was nothing." "Clarissa." She stiffened. "How do you know my name?" His expression shifted, dark, unreadable. "I asked the Duchess," he said. Discreetly. Her pulse quickened. "Why would you inquire about me at all?" He didn't answer immediately. Then, "Because," he murmured, "I could not stop looking at you." Heat shot up her throat. "My lord. It is merely the truth." He leaned back slightly. "When you entered the ballroom, you stole the air from it. I noticed you long before you fainted." Clarissa's heart hammered. "You noticed me?" "Yes," he said simply. "More than I should have." A silence spread between them, warm and fragile. Then she cleared her throat. I must return downstairs. My cousin will worry." Adrian stood. "I will escort you." She froze. "That would make it worse." "How so?" "If I emerge from your chamber," she said, voice rising, "with you like this, rumors will spread before I reach the stairs." He paused, stared, then slowly sat again. "Then you're not leaving?" Clarissa gaped. "What?" "It is raining heavily," Adrian said matter-of-factly. "The storm is too strong. No carriage can leave safely." But I am not leaving the house. I'm only going downstairs. You look faint even now, he countered. You'll collapse again if you push yourself. That is absurd. Is it? He asked quietly. You nearly fainted again just standing. She knew he was right. Her head still swam. You need rest, Adrian said. Stay a while. Just until you regain your strength. I cannot remain in a man's bedchamber. Then I'll stay with you. That is worse. He chuckled, actually chuckled, and for the first time he looked less fearsome, more devastatingly handsome. Then rest, he murmured. I'll sit by the fire. You will be safe. Clarissa hesitated. Her body felt heavy. Her eyelids were weighted. The fire was warm, the bed impossibly soft. Just a moment, she whispered, sinking back. A moment, Adrian agreed. He returned to the chair by the fire, but his eyes stayed on her. She drifted to sleep under that gaze. Clarissa woke again to quiet darkness. The fire had burned low. Adrian still sat in the chair. No coat, no waistcoat, just a linen shirt that clung to his chest and forearms. He wasn't sleeping. He was watching her. Her heart stumbled. My lord, she whispered. He rose instantly and crossed to her side. How do you feel? Better, she said, though her cheeks burned. Have you been sitting there the entire time? Yes. That must have been dreadfully dull. Not at all. He sat on the edge of the bed. Clarissa inhaled sharply at the sudden closeness. Adrian, she whispered before she could stop herself. He froze. You said my name, he said quietly. I apologize. Don't. His breath brushed her cheek. You may call me Adrian, he murmured. Whenever you wish. Her pulse thundered. This is improper, she whispered. Very, he agreed. You should step back. I could. But you're not going to. No, he said softly. I am not. His hand rose, hesitated, then lightly brushed her cheek. She shivered. You should not touch me, she breathed. I know. Then why are you? Because, he murmured. I have wanted to since the moment you fell into my arms. Clarissa's breath caught. You do not even know me. I know enough, he whispered. His hand slid to the nape of her neck, thumb brushing her skin. Her body arched involuntarily. Tell me to stop, Adrian said. She opened her mouth. No sound emerged. He exhaled sharply, as if that tiny silence broke something inside him. Clarissa, he whispered, leaning closer. May I kiss you? Her heartbeat was a frantic drum. Yes, she breathed. He kissed her. Slow at first, testing, savoring, but when she responded, his control shattered. His hand slid to her waist, pulling her gently toward him. Her fingers tangled in his shirt as the world narrowed to heat and breath and the feel of his lips claiming hers. When they finally parted, Clarissa stared at him, stunned. That was, she whispered. Not enough, Adrian said, voice thick. Never enough. I shouldn't have let that happen, she breathed. Yes, he said darkly. You should have. Her pulse stumbled. You'll ruin me. He cupped her face with both hands. Absolutely not. But if someone finds out I was here, they won't. Yet I was unconscious in your bed. And safer than you've ever been. She flinched at the intensity in his voice. Clarissa, he said softly, you fainted. I carried you here. I locked the door. I kept you warm. Nothing more. Her throat tightened. Nothing. Well, he murmured, a hint of wickedness in his eyes. Until you woke up. Then I kissed you. She pushed his shoulder lightly. That is not helpful. He laughed. A warm, low sound that melted something in her chest. Then his expression shifted, serious, fierce, tender. Stay until morning. Clarissa's breath hitched. I cannot. You can. Adrian. There is a storm, he said. The household is asleep. You are exhausted. And, he swallowed. I do not want you to go. Her heart twisted. My reputation. I will protect it, he vowed. With everything I am. She stared at him. Why? He moved closer. Because, he murmured, I have not cared for anyone in a very long time, and then you fell into my arms. Her lips parted. And because, Adrian continued, voice breaking slightly. I have been watching you all evening, trying to decide whether it was madness to want someone I'd never spoken to. Then you fainted and I realized madness doesn't matter. I want you anyway. Tears stung her eyes unexpectedly. Adrian, I know this is sudden, he said quietly. Too sudden. But I would rather die than let you think you were an inconvenience. You are not. You are not. You are. He cut himself off, breathing unevenly. What? She whispered. You are the first thing that has made me feel alive in 3 years. Her heart clenched. Slowly she reached for his hand. He stared as if her touch stunned him. Adrian, she whispered. I cannot stay in your bed. His jaw tightened, not in anger but restraint. But, she added softly, I can stay in this room. Adrian's breath left him in a rush. You mean that? She nodded. Only until the storm passes. He closed his eyes briefly, as though fighting for composure. Then, he murmured, you will sleep in the bed. And you? He smiled faintly. I will sleep on the chaise. I give you my word. She hesitated. You truly won't. Clarissa. He leaned close enough for her to feel his breath. I may want you to the point of agony, but I will not touch you unless you ask. Her cheeks flamed. I am not asking. His smile deepened. Not tonight. Adrian. He laughed softly. Forgive me. Please behave. For you, he murmured. I will try. She settled back against the pillows. He stood, retrieved a blanket, and stretched out on the chaise with a soft groan. You're comfortable? She asked quietly. I am, he said. She smiled faintly. Good night then. Good night, Clarissa. A pause. Adrian. Yes. Thank you. For catching me. His eyes softened. I think, he said, I was meant to. The storm rumbled outside, but inside the chamber, warmth pooled between them like a promise. She closed her eyes and drifted to sleep again, safe in the knowledge that the man who kept watch over her would let no harm come near. Not tonight. Not ever.